If you ever want to get into the Pokemon trading card game, but it just seems too expensive, today I'm going to show you one of the easiest ways and cheapest ways to get into the Pokemon trading card game. This is with the Palkia Battle Arena deck that releases May 5th for $29.99 US dollars. So this deck is really cool. As we know, Palkia V-Star has been one of the top meta decks for a very long time, and now we're getting a pre-built deck for it. So now I'm going to show you how you can turn this into this. You're probably wondering how I'm going to do this. This product doesn't come out for a few months yet, right? Well, I got you. I have the list already, and here it is. I know that probably doesn't do much for you, so I made it here in the Limitless Image Generator. Much better. And I want to give a huge shout out to PokeBeach for having the all the latest Pokemon TCG news, so I was able to find the article that included this deck. So we have a lot of good things going here. We have a 3-2 Palkia line, Radiant Greninja, 4 Irida, 3 Melony, all of your core Palkia cards. And as you might have noticed, this is all post-D-block cards, so it's going to be good for after the rotation, no Inteleon or things like that. So this deck looks pretty good at face value, and a lot of these Battle Arena decks have made getting into competitive Pokemon so much easier and cheaper. So now, here's where the fun part is going to start. I'm going to show you how you can turn this deck into a competitively tournament viable deck for under $10. And you could do more to upgrade this deck, but these are just some basic changes that I made to the deck, and you can do them fairly cheaply. And these are all using TCG Player's market price. I'm not including fees, shipping, or anything like that. This is just what it says when you search a card like Palkia V-Star. This is their market price, and I rounded up for some of them. So without further ado, I'm going to show you my updated list and explain why I added all the new cards. This is where I ended up at. I tried to edit this deck so it is very well suited to deal with decks post-rotation, or at least the decks I expect to see, even though rotation is a few weeks away. So the first thing I did was add in 4 Mew from Celebrations. Celebrations Mew has the Mysterious Tail ability that lets us look at the top 6 cards of our deck and grab any item card that we find. This will be incredibly useful in the early turns to find our Battle VIP Pass and our Ultra Balls to set up, as well as Trekking Shoes and Energy Surges to get water energy into this card pile quickly, and our switching and gust cards such as Cross Switchers and Switch. And I blew a lot of my budget on a third Palkia V-Star. I just want to have 3 attackers. I feel like this is more efficient use than that space that was occupied by Clara. In order to fit these Mews, I had to trim down the Barrel line. While Barrel is solid, it is a relatively easy prize to take by like a Lost Zone box deck, and it's not going to help us on the first turn to actually get into the game. Like, if we draw 2 Barrels in our opening hand, that's great, but we don't have Bidoofs, so I want to have Mews to help us get into the game. Barrel's fine for hand disruption and stuff like that late in the game, so we still have 1 as a solid draw option to fall back on. I kept the Manaphy in the deck. Bench protection is still going to be very important. Radiant Greninja is the lifeblood of this deck, being able to get energies down, and Moonlight Shuriken is a very solid attacker, hence why I added Canceling Cologne to this deck. More on that in just a moment. I kept the 4 Iridas. Irida is completely busted in all water decks. I bumped up the Melody count to 4 because we want to make sure we draw into our Melodies quickly so we don't have to use that Star Portal on our first Palkia. We'd rather use it on a Radiant Greninja. 2 boss orders, I did cut down on 1 because we have cross switchers, more on them in just a second. I kept the Roxanne in there. That disruption plus draw is still very strong. It always will be as long as it's legal. I put in the 4 cross switchers, and this is like the first drastic change I made. You'll have noticed this from a lot of pre-rotation Palkia decks, is that cross switcher lets us choose one of our opponent's bench Pokemon and switch it with our active Pokemon, and we get to switch as well. So between Mew and Irida, we can easily find our item cards, and this is an item-based boss card. So we can play Melony and Accelerate Energies, and also Gust in that exact same turn. And it's relatively easy to find because of Irida and Mew. I kept the Battle VIP Pass and the Ultra Balls. The consistency is just so important. And Trekking Shoes has great synergy with Mew. It means that we have a Mysterious Tail out to draw cards. And Energy Surge is clutch because Capacious Bach is lost to the rotation, so we do have Irida and Mew out to find energy. Switch. I kept both of those in there because we still need ways to move our Pokemon around, especially that's even more important because of Mew and it needing to get out of the active spot. Echoing Horn is still an incredibly valuable card to be able to put Pokemon V back onto our opponent's bench. I had to cut down 1 Hisuian Heavy Ball. I didn't feel that was all that necessary. We don't prize 1 Radiant Greninja or 1 Bidoof, but having 2 is usually overkill. I did add an Escape Rope. It is a pseudo-Gust card as well as another way to move Mew out of our active. And Canceling Cologne is a very big one because I think Gardevoir and several evolving decks are going to be good after the rotation. So one cool play that we can do is we can Star Portal onto our Radiant Greninja and accelerate 3 energies onto it. Use Cross Switchers to gust up our opponent's Manaphy or something that they have protecting their bench, and use that Canceling Cologne to shut off that Manaphy's ability, and use Moonlight Shuriken to take out like 2 Kirlias or 2 Ralts onto their bench. And this play may seem like a lot of cards, Hand Disruption is definitely on the decline post rotation. Not every dice is going to be playing 3 or 4 Marnie. And we have Iridescence and Muse to build up our hand and find that 3-card combo rather easily. I had to cut down one choice spell. I still feel fine about this because we really only need those to KO V-Stars. I did add 1 Lost City. I took out those 2 like Acuity because in that Lost Box matchup was one of the matchups I'm most afraid of. I want to build a Lost Zone there. One of annoying tech attackers like Radiant Charizard or things that could really damage our Palkias. We don't have a great way to search this anymore, unfortunately, without Inteleon, so this could just be cut entirely for another consistency card. But I did want to have that option in the Lost Box matchup, and I had to cut 1 Water Energy to fit everything. It still feels fine with 2 energy search, still plenty of energies to attack with, and we have plenty of ways to reuse them between Star Portal and Melt. If you're a visual person like me, here's a graphic to help show what we took out and what we added. I was very happy with what we were able to add for the cost. Battle Arena decks have really changed the game, I would say. Because back in my day, you'd open booster boxes or buy singles to get cards. None of these fancy pre-built decks are any good for anything. And that's really changed the last few years. If you're wondering how much all this cost us, I'm going to pop it up on screen right here. I think it's like $8.35 or something like that. That, of course, does not include shipping, tax, or anything like that, and it's in US dollars. So and also by the time this project comes out, I definitely could see some of the contents inside of it becoming cheaper, such as like if you look at the graph of VMAX after the Battle Arena deck came out, its price dropped significantly. So I definitely could see that happening with Palkia V-Star. So if you're trying to upgrade this deck and you're watching this video, you might want to wait to buy the Palkia V-Star until after the deck comes out, because there will be people who bust up those decks and try to sell the singles individually, and usually can get a better price. So what do you guys think of this video, and what do you think of this concept of this video? Is it something that you'd like me to see and do more of this? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video. It really goes a long way. And any questions, comments, suggestions, I'm always there. Drop them in the comment section down below. I hope you have a great rest of your day. This has been Olive Blitz. I'll catch you in the next one.